You know, I was sitting here thinking, I guess people want to know what made me want to get so close to God and stay close to God. It's harder than you think it is. When you got to stay in a situation that's supposed to make you vibrate low, it's real hard. Every day is something low vibrational. It's never nothing high vibrational. And this, I know people gonna say, well, you gotta think positive. Well, that's the problem. When you're in these bottles, you're going against people who think they God. God is blessing you. God is changing, but they manipulating the energy. And I guess you like, well, why won't God do something about it? He is. The problem is he working through us, and we have to walk into our higher self. Because it's a problem for the people. It ain't a problem for God. I mean, of course it's a problem for God, but it's mainly a problem for the people. So if you don't recognize the problem and you fail to do something about the problem, address the problem, and even especially change yourself to be able to address the problem and understand the problem, then you're not gonna solve the problem. It's just like asking God for something and then preparing through trials and tribulations to show God that you earned that something. That's the way that works. That's the way that works. It's like asking God for something. You ask God for a home. Okay, God, you ain't gotta ask God but one time. All of a sudden you ask God for a home and all this stuff start happening to you. All this bad stuff started happening to you. All this chaotic stuff started happening to you, to the point where you get mad at God, you blame God, and then not only do you get mad at God and you blame God, but you start doing stuff even more low vibrational because you feel like God ain't hearing you. God not showing you no attention. You feel like God just ain't there. And this cat is so weird. I don't know who the cat is. It'll walk around the house at the same time every day and do that. Look at it. Somebody come look at this. Weird. It sounds like he got a vibration. Look at him scared. Hey! It sounds like he got some kind of reverb on his voice. But anyway, but it's like God, walk around the house and do that. I don't know who cat that is. So white cat supposed to show good luck and it's walking around the house. But anyway, weird stuff like that tend to happen around me. But so I'm looking at so all this chaos start happening to you because you asked God for a home. Oh, now you finna get mad. You finna get hot with God. Ooh, you finna get upset with God. And not only, the way you gonna get upset with God is that you gonna vibrate even lower. You gonna do this destructive stuff to ensure that you don't get no home and you can't get a home. And then you gonna tell everybody, let's say you go get on drugs real bad. You gonna go off and talk to the people and tell the people, God did this and God, this is what happened to me in this time, in this moment. Okay, now let's go back. Let's rewind the time. Now, you prayed for a house. God put you through trials and tribulations to where you need to be clean, to where you need, when something go wrong in whoever home you staying in, you need to figure out a way to replace it. Okay? A lot of people start coming by your home. You thinking they friends, but they really is the enemy. Yeah, they might be friends, and you know that they are friends because you grew up with these friends, but what you don't understand is just like we got a higher vibrational self, we have a lower vibrational self. So you ask God for something. It's just like Job. Job is basically a format that God put on us all. It might not last as long as Job. It might not be as strenuous as Job. It might not be as harsh as Job, but it's still the same format. Powerful stuff, huh? So, where do we go from here? Well, you're showing God, he put you through these trials and tribulations, and you consistently failed to test. You didn't clean the home. Your friends came over and broke stuff in the place that you were staying in and you didn't replace it. Okay? And then you continue to let your friends come on to the home and tap everything, and you fail to correct them. You fail to check them. And this is what people try to say about me. This is what you mean when you say, you too friendly, you too kind. That's too friendly and too kind. When you let someone invade your space, invade your physical home and your spiritual home. Your spiritual home is your vessel. My spiritual home is not contaminated. It's not toxic. It was. That's why I can preach so hard on contamination and stuff and not care about what you think about it. Yeah, you probably say he think he better, and he think he just. No, I know I was in your situation and I was able to heal myself. So why are you not healing yourself? So that's what it was. It was energy. Energy makes me stay close to God. Well, it shouldn't be that way, because I almost felt like it'll make you feel like you're expecting something from God to even get right with God. But fortunately for me, it didn't work that way. I was getting right with God for a very long time before I even noticed that God was giving me anything. Because nothing in the physical was changing. My money wasn't changing. My situation wasn't changing. My outlook of the world wasn't changing. My external world was not changing at all. So in my mind, I said to myself, I ain't got no reason to get right with God, but I did it anyway. But over time, years actually, but thankfully for y'all, you got somebody to teach you and tell you this. It was already happening, I just didn't notice it. I was too stupid to understand and notice it. I'm gonna just be real about it. My mind was clouded. I was fog-minded. Sleep. I had to cleanse myself. And then I realized I started healing myself. And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm the one that's gonna tell you, you can heal yourself from anything. I don't care what they say is incurable, that's a lie. For a person like me, it's a lie. All you gotta do is elevate yourself, apply yourself, and if you want to, after you pray about it, write it down to God, and do not, in no way at all, be of the world. You might have to live in the world, but you ain't gotta be of the world. And you know, when you're going through this process with God and you're starting to elevate with God, there's certain stores you're trying to get to with God. You might just so happen to elevate to a point where you can't let nobody touch you for a while. Now, if you got a lover and y'all married, and you know for a fact that y'all are in the same category, you're not cheating on one another, that might be different. But you want to cleanse your body and your DNA and, you know, your genes and all. And I promise you, you will heal. Like I said, when I had that cancer in my stomach, it was other people that had other issues, and all these people got cured. It's a certain remedy, it's a certain direction you gotta go in, it's a process, it's pretty much alchemy. But it's still in front of you, and it's still, for a lot of you, cheap to do, and right around the corner. You just have to apply yourself. You think it's hard getting off a drug or stop having sex, and you go into the temper tantrum. That ain't nothing when you're trying to heal yourself, because you're gonna have to stop everything. You smoke cigarette, you're gonna have to stop everything. Everything you even possibly doing, eating bad food, you're gonna have to stop everything. It's a fast for about 2 years, 2 to 5 years sometimes. 6 months, 2 to 5 years. And what you're gonna be doing is, you're gonna be healing your body. I ain't gonna say how your body gonna heal. I'm not gonna go through the process, because somebody just keep on taking my stuff. And I'm scared that they manipulating everything and turning it evil. Because they are putting their own opinion in it. And their opinion don't matter, because you're stealing from a chosen one. You're not the chosen one, you're stealing from a chosen one. So whatever you editing and you trying to apply your own words, you are actually watering down what God downloads to that chosen one. You gotta get over yourself. Y'all just went wrong way. I hate that. But it was all in God's plan, and God can fix anything. In this situation, God showed me things that was so corrupt and so bad and so chaotic. I ain't gonna lie. For a second or two, I thought even God itself couldn't fix it. But I knew better to think like that. Because God done got me out of too much stuff and done too much stuff, and this is God's world. But it was so dramatic. And it was so overwhelming. And I said, my God, I'm talking about all the mountains is part of it, all the organizations is part of it, all the gangs is part of it, all the social medias is part of it. Everybody can be part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, God showed me how everybody can be against you. And even though the whole world is against you, as long as God is for you, can't nobody stop you. So that's really the main reason for these formats of Job and Noah and Moses and David and so on and so on. They formats. This, what I like to call, is the Ouroboros. How did they react? How did they respond to the hits, to the blows? You see what I'm saying? Like something simple like this. I told a guy, he seen me in the store. We used to do music together. He said, let me get your number. I was on my phone. Mind you now, my phone is off. But I can still use certain things on my phone, even though it's off. And he swore up and down I was lying to him. You see how small-minded we could be? But I was glad my phone was off, and I was glad to tell him my phone was off because I don't want nobody bothering me. Because the beautiful thing about this situation is that everybody knew about it. So the way I feel is just. But yeah, it was energy. So what am I talking about energy? So now that you know that I didn't have nothing in the physical to motivate me for God, so now you should be wondering and itching your head like, what do you mean by energy? What I mean by energy is that you feel, even though you're going through so much, you feel this certain peace. You feel this certain warmth. You feel this certain love. You ain't got nobody to lean on. You ain't got nobody to call. You don't have no friends. You don't have no family. I know people out there say, don't say, I gotta say, this is my purpose. Because there's too many people dying in these situations because of what comes with the situation. Like not having nobody, not having no money, and you can't just expect everybody to think positive, shoot positive, and be positive, especially if you black in America. No offense or nothing. Because if they transmuting and they re-navigating the energy, that's gonna even make you even more not believe in God. Because God is blessing you. It's just that your energy, your mail, your blessings is being re-navigated to somebody around you. And they not gonna tell you. Because you've been sacrificed. A long time ago, probably. See how evil that is? That's why it's a must that the government kick in and start working on this stuff. It's a must that the legal system kick in and start working on this stuff because it's energy that needs to be fixed. Because you do not want a world that's full of non-believers. You ain't got the money to protect yourself. It's not gonna be like the zombie games. It's not gonna be like the zombie party. You got free right to do this. It ain't gonna be fun like you think it is. It's gonna be a complete and utter horror story. So that's why I have to speak it like this. I ain't worried about me getting this and that. I'm already living in my purpose. My purpose was to heal the people. My purpose was to be in a position, in a situation where I really can't move and can't do nothing, can't free myself, so I can uplift and heal the people. So even though somebody is taking my stuff and making it their own stuff, as long as they tell how I tell it, then you still gonna heal the people. Cause I can look at that right there. I can see good in anything. I look at you thieves out there, you doppelgangers out there, as somebody who actually secured me in here. You saving me in here, helping me in here. Thank you. I don't need no more of you though, but thank you. It's amazing, bro. I get these messages from these sexy women and stuff, and get halfway through the message, and all of a sudden they think I'm a woman. And then I'm like, darn, the way you were talking, like you know, I gotta wonder, do you even like me? You know what I'm saying? Oh Lord, here we go again. So I just, you know, turn it off. Mid-sentence. But that's what it is, energy. So now let me get back to the energy. That's what I noticed. So when I started vibrating low, even though everything around me was already vibrating low, because I ain't getting the finances, somebody obviously done destiny swap with me. You can only imagine that. No mail, no nothing. No shoulder to lean on. Nobody to love, nobody to hug, nobody to kiss, nobody to say good night, no nothing, nobody to phone call. So I noticed this energy, this comforting energy around me. When you're in a situation like that, you ain't got no choice but to notice the comforting energy around you. That's what I noticed when I noticed that I was under God's bosom. That's when I noticed that I was with God. That's how I noticed that I was with God. Okay, so let's say I start doing low vibrational stuff because I feel like I'm in a low vibrational situation. Well, that energy fades away. And I done experienced drugs, I done experienced alcohol, I done experienced most of the things that a lot of the world leave God for. And I'm here to tell you, when you recognize that energy fading away, you'll hurry up and leave that poison alone. Because you'll realize don't know peace when the peace is gone. You ain't gonna get no peace, especially with them drugs you on, or drinking, or all them partners you got. If anything, you're gonna become even more worried, and this is how it look when you get binded. You're gonna need more and more and more of them drugs and alcohol and everything else just so you can be numb to the things that's keeping you blinded. And finally, we're starting to see and recognize the energy. So that's what I'm telling my people out there. Free yourselves. I tell you, surely I tell you, the more you got, the further you gonna be from God. That's how it was for me. And I was a pretty decent person with money. I was pretty responsible with money. Had a great credit score and everything. No matter what nobody told. I don't know where these stories coming from. This person, the person y'all talking about, he's scared. He do this. He's gullible. He let people use him. All that right there tells me, when you tell me something like that about a person, okay, let's say you come to me and you tell me all this about a person. I can go up to that person, have one conversation with that person, and in one sentence, if they tell me, if I notice they got car, or got a car, and their car is paid off, good credit, and they just in a situation, then immediately I'm gonna know that you just lied to me. Because normally when a person get used and is gullible, they ain't got all that. Somebody had to steal this from me. Somebody had to be living with me. Somebody had to live with me, be in the bed with me, and then take things. If they wasn't in the bed with me, they was in the same home as me, and they took all my personal information, and they used that to be me. If they didn't use that to be me, they gave it to their man so their man could use that to be me. They took my life from me. And this ain't anger. I don't need you to put this and transmute this to anger. This is not anger. When I get angry, the weather get angry with me. The weather look pretty good to me. Now it is for the storm, but that ain't me. Y'all really truthfully ain't seen me angry in a long time. You just got your little rage tactics. Same people that got that Same people that got that them relics, same people that got that tool, same people got that instrument, same people messed up everybody's energy. The same people who re-navigated the new energy coming to me, and the new energy that was coming to me got contaminated for trying to come to me, and they wasn't even contaminated when they were coming to me. But as they were coming to me, they got contaminated for trying to come to me because somebody had some energy that belonged to me, and it pretty much had a half of me, and it was looking like to the astro it was two of me. So even the spiritual couldn't save you from getting to me. Or while trying to get to me. See how much evil? You can't keep lying. And when I looked into this situation, I looked deep into this situation, I seen that I was doing some of this stuff in kindergarten, trying to live. I didn't know they was utilizing this kind of I didn't know this kind of stuff was black magic. Lies is really just black magic. I didn't know they were utilizing this stuff to get rich and steal riches. By the time I got out of junior high, I was trying to hurry up and stop that stuff because it made me feel like it made me feel real lame, a coward. I said, I don't want to do that. I want to be straight up. I want to give it to them like they give it to me. I don't want to hide and throw stones from the dark. I want to be straight up. Then I know I earned it. I didn't know, I wouldn't have never thought in a million years that organizations, big group, covenants, and these people got all this educated. I'm a 33, is that shit? And you ain't acting like it though. Cause the stuff that y'all doing to get this money seems junior high to me. You supposed to be out here saving people. You supposed to be out here building for people. You supposed to be out here building the future. You supposed to know how to build a Sphinx. But so far, all you know how to do is kill people and make angels sink. Loser. Trust me when I tell you. That's easy money. Cursed money. Judas money. Go wipe your face with it. And throw it down. Cause that's about as good as it's worth, the ground. It's cursed money anyway. Everywhere you go to the store and buy something with it, all of a sudden the lights cut off in the store. Just cursed money. Ain't nobody wanting it. You lucky it ain't like it was back in the day. They'll ask you where the money from. Now, that's what I did. I noticed energy. That's why I don't play around with energy. While y'all cracking jokes and doing these petty games, I don't do that. Because one thing I noticed about this silly game that I've been in lately, it's been so detoured and so derailed and so ongoing that the people that was clean, that was coming towards me, still kind of was clean when they got towards me, but they prolonged this crap for so long, and they was part of the prolonging, they turned unclean. Because you need love too. Everybody need love, right? Unless you got God like I do. Really got God. God feel my love void. God feel that part of me. If you hollow, you need to feel that part with God. And thank God you ain't have a seared heart. I'm telling you, I was dried up and I was contaminated too. When I went to the I ain't gonna say to the streets, cause I was pretty dope in the streets. But when I started lowering my vibration, I started looking dried up and I started getting contaminated as well. And now I look better, feel better than I did before I even got in the streets. So I'm telling you, if I could do it, you could do it. Don't let nothing fool you and think, oh, he do this because this is it and this is what it is. Okay, whatever. I know it's a lie because me and my whole group started putting a lot of this to play when back in the days, and it worked for them as well. They just strayed, some of them. But my bro, KO, the one that passed away, he stayed on the path until he, went rogue. Not went rogue on me, but just decided to go full-fledged on gangster, And you do unto others, you want done to yourself. You get out there and you start robbing people, killing people, then guess what? I'm talking about a person. My brother was the kind of person where it was so excited to hurt somebody, to kill somebody, just to look cool, to the point where all you got to do is have a gun around, and and the person would say, he'll ask the person, say I won't shoot you, and then bang. That's how throwed off he was. Now you kind of see why everybody gave him a little bit, well, if you want to call it respect. That street stuff, gangster stuff, way back in the day stuff, trust me, ain't no respect and no action like that. I got into him, we got into it about that. He was wrong for that. He knew better than that. But see, it's energy. I was always the kind of person who had to check people who were strapped. I was always the kind of person who had to put his life in danger. I was always in a position in life, somebody sacrificed me so good to the point it doesn't matter how high I was vibrating. The Astro couldn't see me no matter what. And not only could they not see me, they gave my energy to somebody else. And when that person walked through the house, they feel like he's the glory of God, Jesus Christ itself, a whole devil. That's what happened when it's two ambulatory floats in the house together. They start swapping energy with you, and it's a wrap. But see, in that person's lifetime, they were supposed to be like the divine, and they failed their test. But they want to live in my shadow because I'm walking in the light of the divine. And they treat him like he's the one walking in the light.